Dr. CMK Reddy is a God-sent, noble soul, and we are fortunate to have him in Tamil Nadu with us. We are blessed by your presence, sir, and your participation in this function. Respected sir, on behalf of Limra, the organizers, the doctors, and the parents and the public, I extend a hearty welcome to you and kindly invite you to come and congratulate our doctors.
Morning, my dear friends. Thank you, madam, for the nice introduction. Sometimes when you are introduced too much, you have very high expectations. And if you don't live up to that, then you get disappointed. This is the problem. I'm happy that this year the success rate of the screening test by the Medical Council is very high. You know, earlier years, it was just 15% or 20% or sometimes even less. And people had to take number of attempts to clear the screening test. We complained to the MCI and to the National Board that this is unfair. They are our own boys and girls. Why you want to give them trouble? They are trained abroad, they come back, they want to settle down in India. Give them due respect, give them due consideration. Don't put them to undue strain and fail them too many times. So this request went from saying very senior teachers to these two organizations. I think they have changed their mind. They agreed with us that there is no need to be so strict. After all, when we were medical students, when we joined medicine, our parents thought the problems are over. But your problems start now. You know, the parents know that your problems actually start now. So, we don't want to give you trouble even at the screening test itself. PG course and the commercialization of medical education. If you are not lucky to get in government institutions, you have to go for private institutions. Exorbitant costs. So your problems really start now. Coming to the practice of medicine, it is said, well said, that it is more an art than science. Medicine may be a science, but the practice is an art. Because it's not just academic excellence alone. It is many more things. I'll give you a secret, another secret, that when I was medical student, I was considered as an average student. Never got any laurels or medals or prizes. Just passed every test we passed. But later, we metamorphosed. Maybe training in US, other reasons. We developed communicative skills, positive thinking, leadership qualities, diplomacy. All these things are very important. How you talk to the patient. You know, when the patient comes to us, sometimes before they leave the consultation room, they are half cured. The way you communicate, the way you reassure them, the way you convince them that this is not a bad problem. This is very important in our profession. I know some people go the other way around. They frighten them too much to encash their anxiety, which is not good at all. This is what I mean. Everybody reads the same book. Everybody passes the same exam. But one fellow becomes very popular. One fellow becomes an average physician. What is the difference? Difference is what I told you. The communicative skills, diplomacy, the way you talk. I'll give you an example. A patient comes with an advanced cancer. There are two ways you can tell him. You can tell that, sorry, it's too far advanced, we can't operate. That is one way. Now look at the other way. You can tell them that your disease does not require surgery. It requires only medicine. What is the difference? You see the difference? You do the same thing, but how you put it to the patient. You tell them this disease does not require surgery. It requires only medical treatment. The reaction of the patient will be totally different. This is what I mean by communication. Sometimes, welcome our Nataraj sir, a former ADGP and then now the present member of Legislative Assembly, Tamil Nadu. We welcome you, sir. We welcome you, sir. Welcome. Thank you. Pleasure. Oh, yeah. Yes. Sometimes patient asks, you give a prescription to them, patient looks at it, he's a very smart patient, he thinks he's very smart. He looks at the prescription and says, doctor, are you sure there are no side effects for these medicines? I tell them, you go to McDonald's, eat pav bhaji or pani puri or all kinds of burgers, and have you ever asked the shop owner, are there any side effects for these products? All the side effects are in those products, not here. You know, all the problems come because of the type of food we eat outside. அங்க நீங்க கேட்க மாட்டீங்க, இங்க மட்டும் டாக்டர் ஒரு சீனியர் டாக்டர் மட்டும் நீங்க क्वेश्चन கேக்குறீங்க. This is what happens. Now there are many issues we can talk about, but I don't want to, I'll cut short. Never guarantee cure for any medicine, any disease, because medicine is a science of probabilities. It's not an absolute science. The same patient goes to two doctors, you get two different prescriptions. Both may be good. You can't complain which is good, which is better. In his view, that is the best prescription. In this view, this second one. So, it is not like physics. Biology is not like physics. Biology is very variable. The same disease can cure somebody, same disease can kill somebody. Same medicine can cure somebody, it can kill somebody. So, biology is very variable. That is where the probabilities come. And never guarantee a cure, because you can never say. And even in the medical ethics, it is prescribed by the medical council, there is one clause where a cure should never be guaranteed. Because this is obvious. Some patients ask me, sir, will I be all right after surgery? I tell them, yes, you'll be all right, but then you go from here to Central Station, come back. Can you guarantee me 100% time you can go and come back without any problem? You can't guarantee. Then how can I guarantee you for a major operation? There are no guarantees at all whatsoever. Only thing is, we think doing surgery is better than not doing surgery. That's why we are prescribed. It's mathematics. If you don't do surgery, these are the problems. If you do surgery, these are the problems. We never say there are no problems. Then they are mentally prepared for they expect certain eventualities to come. And there is less room for litigation. If you give them overconfidence, too much of assurance, that's what invites all the litigations. That is, there is a Chinese proverb, which I think you should know. Now we are all worried about a Chinese virus. One thing I want to assure you, don't worry, this virus will not last long, because nothing in the Chinese are very durable. Anything that is made in China is not very durable, so don't worry. There is a Chinese saying which is called primum non nocere. That means, it's very important. Do not, above all, do no harm to the patient. If you're not going to help them, doesn't matter. But don't do any harm. That's a Chinese proverb. So, that should be the motto with which we should work. Keep updated. Medicine fast growing. What we learned, every year, at least 10% of what we learn becomes outdated. That means by the time you finish 5 years course, 50% of what you learned is outdated. Only a smart man will know which is that 50%. That is very important, to know which is that 50%. So unless you update yourself, you can't deliver whatever skills you may have, you should deliver them to the optimum level. Dedicate yourself to work. There is a small story. I'll conclude with that story. Doctor and a wife. Doctor is very committed to his work. Wife ಒಂದು ಕೊಂಚಂ ಅವರು jolly type. She wants to go to movies, she wants to go to some functions, but this man is very busy. So he buys a ticket for a movie. And suddenly 6 o'clock he calls her, sorry da, I'm sorry, I have an emergency, sorry I can't come. So she is so upset. The matter has reached a point where this woman said, no, I can't leave this man anymore. Almost to a breakdown point. Then the real eye-opener came. One day the doctor was out of town. He went out for some job. His child was taken ill. She wants to find a doctor to treat the child. She goes to one house. Wife says, no, I'm sorry, we are going to a movie, don't disturb him now. He goes to another place, he said, no, he's resting now, please don't disturb. Then she realized the importance of availability of a doctor during odd hours. So, when the doctor returned, she confessed, please carry on with your business. I won't interfere with you hereafter. Your services are very important to the society than going to a movie or going to a drama. This is a very important lesson for all of us. About the teacher, there are some teachers here. I want to tell you, teaching should not be like filling a bucket. It should be like lighting a fire. You should light fire. You should ignite their minds so that they should develop the interest. This is another thing. Communication, the importance of communication. There is an American study done by a psychologist. He studied about 100 cases that went to court. He interviewed everybody and he came to the conclusion, number one culprit is inadequate communication. If you maintain good communication, good transparency, keep them updated, particularly in ICU setup, there is less room for litigation. In Indian scenario, there is a second reason, which was not there probably in US. This is, you will realize when you get into practice what I am saying. A loose, uncharitable remark made by a physician about the treatment given by another physician. This is called one-upmanship. You want to show that you are better than the other man. But you should realize that tomorrow you may be at the receiving end. This is a free country. So that is called one-upmanship. This is the second reason in this country that creates litigations. So please avoid getting into those situations. There are a few things that I want to tell you, some little anecdotes about. A doctor, husband undergoes open heart surgery. Doctor comes out. The wife very suspicious about the husband. So doctor comes out and says, madam, everything is fine. Operation went on very well. So wife asked the doctor, have you looked carefully in his heart? Yes, I carefully looked. Everything is fine, madam. Is there anybody else other than me in his heart? She is very suspicious. She wants to know if there is anybody else in his heart other than her. So this is not. Lastly, stress. This is something is my favorite subject. Stress is a very important issue nowadays. We sit in the consultation room, at least 50% of the patients who come to us, there is some kind of emotional stress which is complicating the matter. Problem may be there, but then this stress will complicate the issue. It will not respond to the usual drugs unless you also take care of the stress. This is a very important point. You must realize that relieve the stress first. Get rid of the stress. That can tell upon your judgment power, your decision making, so many issues. So take away from the stress. Once again, I congratulate Limra, Mr. Ghani, who's been doing yeoman service to people. I am sure some of you would not have dreamt that you would be becoming a doctor. You agree with me? Now he has facilitated you to become medical graduates. That too in a country like India, great country like India. We welcome you all to our profession. Join the team and see that the profession gets good reputation by your services. You have to change. Somebody was saying, when the world is changing, we have to change. That's what Charles Darwin said. He said when he is proposing the theory of evolution, he said, it is not the most intelligent or the strongest animal or the species that survives. It is the one that is capable of changing to the adapting to the changed environment, changed circumstances. If he is able to adapt, it will survive. So it is not the intelligence, it is not the strength that matters. So when the world is changing, we have to change. That is also part of the game. Then you don't have to be the world's best to win the race. You show edge over the next man, you win the race. This is the Japan secret for success. 70 years ago, Japan was demolished by Hiroshima, Nagasaki bombing. You all know. How they resurrected their country, how they developed everything, and within a short period they became world leaders in every field. There is a story. One Japanese fellow and American guy were walking in the forest. They saw one tiger running towards them. Japanese fellow started tying a shoelace so he can run fast. The American guy said, "Are you foolish? Can you run faster than a tiger?" He said, "No, not necessary. If I can run faster than you, I am safe." That is how they won the world market. By showing an edge over the next man, and you win the market, you win the race. Once again, thank you. Where is Mr. Ghani? The hero is not visible. I must congratulate him. He is doing a selfless service. I know his finances. He is not making any money out of these projects. All the money he is making is again reinvesting in developing these conferences like this. We really congratulate your good Samaritan attitude. And thank you. Wish you all the best. Thank you.